Hello, my name is Sally Pinto, and I'm the Program Director for the Yonkers Newark Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We are under the auspices of WJCS and the Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also have a resource specialist and a nurse on staff. We conduct virtual programming in partnership with the Yonkers Public Library on a daily basis. Enjoy the program.
Much. I'll do my best. So it's raining in Yonkers, I heard.
Yes.
And today we are in the water element. So that kind of worked out well. The mantra that I've chosen to work with today is the river flows within me. The river flows within me. And if you'd like, you can work with the same mantra, or you can pick a different one. We're gonna, as we usually do, we start with the physical practice. Why do we do that? Often we have a hard time to be present. We are either in the past, often that's like depression is in the past, anxiety is in the future, to make it very simple. So when I'm hanging out in the past, I might go into a depressive mood. When I'm hanging out in the future and I'm being nervous, I might be in a more of an anxiety mood. And that's just kind of good to notice about myself. Where am I spending my time? In the past, in the future, or right here? And by starting with a physical practice, it's easier for us to bring the mind back into the body. And when the mind has reunited with the body, then eventually we move into the meditation practice. Okay, so let's start this. So taking your seat, signing up. If you for some reason don't want to sit, you can, or if you don't want to do what I'm doing, you can simply listen. So finding your seat. And then give yourself a little check-in. Starting with the physical body. How does your physical body feel today? Observe, don't judge. Self-observation without judgment. According to Swami Kripalu, that is the highest form of spiritual practice. And it's a practice. We practice to observe ourselves. So what does your physical body feel like today? And then move into the breath body. Notice your inhale, notice your exhale. What kind of breathing are you using right now? And then move into the third kosha, Manomaya kosha. And notice what thoughts and feelings do you have right now? And then move back out to your breath body. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. And then back out to your physical body. And if you want to, you can bring your awareness to your feet. Maybe lift the heels and the toes. Maybe spreading the toes, wiggle the toes. Work with the ankles. The water element is a lot about the joints, all the joints that we have. And then if you want to, you can bring your hands to your knees and rock the knees from side to side. And then bring your awareness up to your hips. Maybe shift the weight from one sitting bone to the other. If you want to, you can place your hands on the pelvic halves. Notice how the hips are built with different parts. So we have the pelvic halves, and then if you want to, you can find the sacrum that connects the two pelvic halves in the back. And maybe if you want to, you can continue up through the spine and find your lower back. If you want to use both hands around the lower back, a little bit higher on each side of the spine, you find your kidneys. Maybe place your hands on your kidneys. And then breathe into your hands. Breathe into your hands, filling the kidneys and filling the back of your body. And then if you want to, you can shift your awareness to your lungs. If you want to, you can use your hands and place your hands on your rib cage. And the ribs are protecting your lungs. Maybe notice how the rib cage is moving as you're breathing. Inhale and the lungs are filling. Exhale and they release back towards the spine. Inhale and the lungs are filling. Exhale and they release back to center. And then if you want, you can place your hand on your heart. Breathing into your heart. You can find the lower, if you travel down, you can find the sternum, the tip of your, the sternum, the tip there. And if you go above the heart, in between the collarbones, you find your manubrium. And if you want to, you can breathe into that little spot. That's another joint. And then release your hands back to your knees. Imagine the throat. Breathe into the center of your throat. And then travel up to the midbrain. And then eventually all the way up to the crown of the head. And then if you want to bring your awareness back to your sitting bones, if you want to, you can place one hand on your lower belly and the other hand on the lower back. Maybe shift the weight from sitting bone to sitting bone. And then if you'd like, you can start making circles. Notice how the navel is traveling forward and back, forward and back. And then if you want to, you can try the other way and maybe notice how the lower back is traveling forward and back, forward and back. And then shake it out and then roll the shoulders. Gently lift and roll the shoulders. Lift and roll the shoulders. Another joint, or a lot of joints in your body. You can go one way, and then if you want to, you can try the other way. And then bend the elbows, bend the elbows, bend the elbows, and maybe go swimming. So stretch and bend the elbow, stretch and bend the elbow. Maybe use your fingers, stretch them, bend them, all these different joints that we have in our body. And then if you want to, you can swim backwards, bending the elbows, stretching and bending. And maybe you're going to swim with one leg. So bend the knee and push away, bend and push away, like you were swimming with one leg. And then the other leg. And I don't know, maybe you can swim with both legs at the same time. That requires a lot of balance. Maybe you can even bend the elbows and the knees at the same time. That's a possibility. And then coming back, and then lifting the knee and then circling that hip. So lift the knee and create big circles, opening up the hip joint. Eventually stepping out wide, elbows to knees, and then fingertips together. Lengthen the spine. Breathe into your spine. You can stay here. If you want to, you can place the fingertips on the floor and maybe drop the head and then hang there for a few moments. Inhale and come back up. And then back to neutral. And then lift the left knee. And then create circles, opening up the hip joint in the other leg. Stepping out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. Lengthen the spine. Breathe into your spine. Maybe release the fingertips down towards the earth. Drop the head. Inhale, come back up. And then place the hands, place the hands, one hand on your belly and the other one on your lower back. And then do the cat-cow movement here. And notice how the belly is moving. Or how the navel is moving forward and back, forward and back. And then maybe shift the hands. And then bring your awareness to your lower back and notice how the lower back is moving back and forward. And then come back to stillness. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit, and then we're going to get back. We're going to get up. So bring the feet a little bit closer. Transfer the weight. Reach forward and up. Forward and up, forward and up. All right, now, so if you want to, you can place your hands on your hips and then cross the midline and step out wide. Cross the midline, step out wide. Cross the midline. So crossing the midline and then working with the hip joint, opening up the hip joint. And if you want to, you can move around a little bit, maybe create some circles. You can move in one direction and then in the other. And then if you want to, you can bend the elbows, bend the elbows. And then maybe bend the elbows and the knees and just try to move around. Maybe imagine that you are just floating around in water, bending all the joints you can imagine to bend. Knees and elbows, shoulders and fingers and toes, hips, trying to bend all your joints. And then coming back, if you want, you can place one hand on your navel, the other on your lower back, and then create some circles here, like a belly dance. Going one way, and then the other. And then shake it out, shake it out. Okay, now let's start with big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair posture. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left leg. The right heel comes off the floor. Take a big step back. Open up the two pelvic halves and find warrior two. Stay here for a moment. Find your breathing. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, start a flowing motion. Back and forth. If you want to, you can imagine moving in water. There's a little bit of resistance in the water. And how does the water feel against your skin? And then maybe stay in peaceful warrior. Transfer your weight forward and hold on to the chair, lift the back foot off the floor, and then dip the toes in the water, dip them and lift them. And then stay there, bend the knee, maybe do some circles. And then place the foot outside the chair. Step the left foot back and then release the knee down, finding lizard. So my forearms are on the chair. My toes are pointing straight forward and my toes are tucked in the back. The knee is over my ankle. Hips are square. The right hip moves back and the left hip moves forward. If you want to, you can straighten the back knee and come up a little bit higher, keeping the hips square. And then from here, stepping back to forearm plank. And then walk the feet up towards the chair. Armpits move towards your feet, finding dolphin posture. And then bend the knees and come back up to standing. Let's try the other side. Big toe to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right foot, left heel comes off the floor. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves, and then find warrior two. Stay here for a moment. And then when you're ready, if you're ready, start to flow. Maybe imagining moving in water, noticing the resistance. What is the temperature of the water? Notice the color. And then eventually finding peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two, transfer the weight forward, hold on to the chair, lift the back foot, lift it, dip it in the water, lift it, dip in the water, lift it, and then bend the knee. Circle that knee, opening up the hip joint. And then stepping the left foot outside the chair, the right foot steps back, forearms on the chair, and then release the right knee down, finding lizard. Now the left hip moves back and the right hip moves forward, keeping the hips square. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can straighten the back knee. You can straighten the back knee for a moment, and then you can come back down on your knee. That's another possibility. Eventually finding your way back up, step back into forearm plank. Walk the feet up towards the chair. Armpits move towards the feet. Dolphin posture. Bend the knees, come back up to standing. And then we're going to do one more standing sequence, sun A. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to plank posture. Stay here for a moment. Use your feet to move back and forth a few times. Come back to stillness. Widen the shoulders. The maneuver is moving forward, finding up dog. Exhale to down dog. Stay there. Release the knees down, keep the toes tucked, open up the toes. Inhale the arms up, and then close and open the fingers. Close and open the fingers. Close and open. Clasp the hands, turn them around, and get tall. Release the hands up. Maybe do some movement with the fingers. Try to reach as far away as possible. And then move the knees wider, untuck the toes, let the hips find the heels, and find child's posture. Stay here for a few moments. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. Inhale, come back up. Place the forearms on the chair. Tuck the toes, engage the core, lift the knees off, and then walk your feet closer. Stay here for a moment. Bend the knees, and then come all the way back up to standing. Okay, now let's get ready for the Yoga Nidra part. And you can do this, some people do it seated. I prefer to do it laying down. If it's hard for you to lay down for half an hour, you can start in a seated position and listen for a while. And then when you feel ready, you can lay down and continue the practice laying down. That's a possibility if it's hard for you to lay down for half an hour. And just a friendly reminder, this is a guided meditation. I'm simply suggesting places to go. You do not have to follow me. If I take you to a place that is not helpful to you, you say thank you, but no thank you, I'll go elsewhere. So my teacher, Jennifer Rees, she's talking about, there are two concepts, the sankalpa, the mantra that I've chosen to work with is the river flows within me. The river flows within me. And then the other concept she talks about is the inner sanctuary. And the inner sanctuary is a place within us that's always protected and safe. And we carry that place with us all the time. We might not always feel it, or we might have a hard time to connecting to that place within us. But that is what we are practicing here. And if I take you to a place that you don't feel comfortable, you say no thank you, and you find your way to your inner sanctuary. It is there. Okay, let's do this. Let's start. Let your body sink down into the floor. Feel the earth underneath you, holding and supporting you, rising up to softly cradle you. At this time, nothing else matters. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Remain still for deep nourishment. Repeat these words in your mind. I am awake and aware. I am awake and aware. Now, imagine yourself in a sacred place that feels peaceful and friendly, protected and supportive. It may be outside in nature, somewhere inside, or an imaginary place. This is your inner sanctuary. Feel yourself here and begin to see all the details around you. The light, colors, objects. See yourself in this sacred place. Sense the comforting energy. At any time during practice, you can guide yourself back here. If anything feels odd or too intense, go back to your inner sanctuary. Your inner sanctuary is always here. It is a part of who you are. Now go inward, deep inside, and listen. Listen to your heart. Deep listening. What does it say? What is your heart's deepest longing? What does your heart desire? Your heart may speak in words, colors, songs, images, or something else. Allow your heart to speak its truth. From your heart's longing, create a positive statement in present tense as though it's already happening. Now, state your heart's wish 3 times to yourself as the truth. Bring your awareness to your belly. Notice your navel center. Notice the expansion on the inhale and the soft release on the exhale. Navel rising on the inhale, yielding to earth on exhale. From your navel center, bring awareness to your pelvis, hip bones, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, top of your feet, all 10 toes. Notice your heels. Feel the calves, back of knees, hamstrings, hip bones, and lower belly. From your lower belly, bring your awareness to the back of your pelvic halves, sacrum, lower back, kidneys, lungs, sternum, heart, manubrium, notice collarbones, shoulders, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, top of your hands, all 10 fingers. Sense palm of your hands, inner arms, armpits, shoulders. Bring awareness to your throat center. Notice the back of your tongue. Roof of your mouth. Upper teeth. Lower teeth. Tip of your tongue. Notice sensation in your mouth, receiving taste. Shift your attention to your ears. Witness your ears hearing, receiving sound. Bring awareness to your nose. Feel tip of your nose. Notice breath passing through both nostrils, receiving smell. Notice your eyes. Feel your eyes as radiant wisdom, receiving sight. Shift your awareness to your midbrain. Notice light. Expand attention to your whole head. Notice the upper part of your body. Now feel the lower part of your body. Shift your awareness to your back body, side of the body facing the ground, back body. And now feel your front body, side of the body facing the sky, front body. Now feel right arm and left leg together. Now feel left arm and right leg together. Feel your whole body now, all parts together, all together as a whole. Feel your whole body. Now, notice breath in your back body. Breath filling your belly from the back. With every inhale, the lake in your belly grows wider and higher. Breath filling your belly like a river filling a lake. Now imagine your body cool. Experience coolness in your body. Like cold water flowing over you. Cool water in your body. Cool water rinsing and cleaning. Now imagine warmth in your body. Experience warmth in your body. Remember a time when you felt warm, like being in the sun. Body is warm, breath is cool. At the source of the river, the current is strong. You sense its power. Rocks move and landscapes form. The water travels swiftly, leaves no one untouched. You stand at the water's edge. You feel the excitement bubbling up from the deep channel. You notice the leaves, needles, and creatures that live and travel with the river. You follow their journey down as far as you can see. Then they move out of sight. For a moment, you hold your breath. You feel sad. You close your eyes to see further, behind the bend. Instead, you notice the river inside of you. You sense the needles, leaves, and rocks in your body. The water that travels within you, rinsing, cleaning, healing. You look for the strong current within your body. You feel it. You sense it. You follow the stream upwards towards the source. Deep inside the current, you find it. There, in the center of movement, you sense a perfectly still pool of water. You stay. You notice the color. the temperature, the sensation of carrying water touching and filling you. You move your body and get caught in the current again. Faster and faster you swirl around until the power of gravity throws you down a waterfall. You tumble and turn. You curl up to protect your head and heart. You bounce into rocks and twigs. The bubble around you softens the blows. Soon the river widens and the powerful current disappears down into the deep channel. The surface is calm. Carefully, you loosen up your bubble and let your arms and legs stretch out. You are tired. You feel the gentle movements on your back through the thin bubble that keeps you afloat on the water. Your eyes are closed. The sun warms your face, and gently and slowly the river guides you down the mountain. At the end of your long journey, you reach the lake. You see it from afar. The large circular body of water with magnificent color. Just before the entrance, you stop. Your foot digs into the mud and your hand holds on to the grass. You wait. You study the moving water. You watch the circular pattern and the stillness in the center. You breathe, close your eyes, and let go. Slowly, the water turns you and guides you through the transition. There is a little drop, and then you have arrived. You notice every moment. The water in the lake is perfect. You let your hands and feet dangle. Slowly, you notice how the bubble around you dissolves. You don't need it anymore. The warm water fills you from your fingers and toes, through your arms and legs, towards the source in your body. Slowly, the water moves closer. At the edge, it stops for a moment. Then there is a little drop, and the lake within you fills up. You are whole and complete, fulfilled. You notice every moment. The river flows within you. Now, remember your heart's longing. The positive statement you set at the beginning of practice. Repeat it 3 times yourself as though it's already happening. Let this truth fill every cell of your body. Notice all this space around you. Sense the space within you. Feel the sense of calm confidence, whole and complete. Notice that part of you that is the witness, the one who observes your body, breath, and journey. And now begin to notice thoughts and feelings flowing through your awareness again. Notice your breath. Feel its rhythm and pace. Invite your breath to deepen now. Feel yourself reawakening. Become aware of your body, your physical body resting on earth. Sense your hands. Wiggle your fingers. Notice your feet. Wiggle your toes. Gently rock your head from side to side, a slow awakening. Deep breath into your belly and let it go. Roll to your left hand side, press your hands into the ground and come up to a seated position. Lengthen your spine. Take a full breath in and let it go. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with love and compassion. The river flows within me. Gently bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guides, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Allow the eyes to slowly open, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for joining me in today's practice. Namaste.
Hi, everyone. This is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.